Loud noises.
Shush. Hi, and welcome to Comic Core. This is Outside the Issues, and as you know, we are currently going through Swamp Thing on the DC Universe streaming service. So, tonight, unfortunately, technical difficulties. Chad is not going to be with us, but the great one, Legend, has the reins tonight, which means basically he can boot whoever he wants off this call. As well, we are also joined by the wonderful Drew Manchu.
Yeah,
That's right. And, Mark's here. Oh, good.
Mark, yeah.
No, I'm serious. Mark's here. Swamp Thing couldn't make it this week, but he sent a really great stand-in.
I got out of my box
Yeah, out of the box,
and
man.
I've got pizza.
So, Swamp Thing, he spoke.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think of the third episode of Swamp Thing?
Drew, man, I tell you, let me tell Drew what I thought, and Drew's going to tell me what he thought. But man, I think it's one and the same. When that dude finally spoke, it felt about the right time. Part 3, issue 3. If you always look at your characters as comic books. So you say issue 3, episode 3, whatever. It was really good. He finally spoke, and man, when she asked him, the little girl, blah blah blah, she said, "You're Alec Holland," and then the connection. Man, it was classic Linda Hamilton, Ron Perlman, Beauty and the freaking Beast. Man, that's what I love about this. This show reminds me so much of that. It's going places. What did you think, Drew?
Man, I think that I came home from work and I did the right thing. I logged onto this chat and I get to hear the great Legend drop Beauty and the Beast references right away. Yeah, man, I thought this was a great episode. I think they did a really good job with Swamp Thing himself. I think they did a really good job story-wise of tying it all together with what they did in the first 2 episodes. And I think that the tertiary characters all got a chance to shine in a way that shows you there's much more going on in this town than you think there is. Overall, yeah, man, this was a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I feel like I loved the first episode, but each subsequent episode I love even more. And this one brought the horror into the series. The horror that I feel like a lot of us have been waiting for, that we kind of got a taste from for the first 2. Especially there's one scene in particular with the flare and the red light and he's a crazy reassembled bug man, but but I need to ask a question to the rest of my panel. But did anyone else, when you saw the close-ups of Swamp Thing, get Jeepers Creepers vibes from his prosthetics? Because I was staring at the face and I was like, oh, okay, so that's what he does, in his time off. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome. A lot of really good carnage this episode.
A lot of good action. That bug guy. Drew,
the bug guy was amazing. I thought that was really great. I thought that the Swamp Thing, he took him out in episode 2, and dude just reconstituted himself full of bugs. It was like Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas, to be honest. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
What I want to know is, I haven't sat around to watch the credits on this. Is the guy who played Alec Holland playing the Swamp Thing monster, or is it a separate actor altogether?
I heard it was a separate actor. Like 2 people are playing that. So you got the human Alec Holland, which now, of course, is his inside conscious mind, and then you have the actual dude that's in the suit, that Swamp Thing. But and I even think the dude in the suit is the voice of the Swamp Thing, of course. And Alec Holland. Classic Lou Ferrigno, Bill Bixby. Man, it's just happening all over again, and it can't be a better time to unwind with the DC Universe. For $69.99 a year, you can get that service. And man, you can have unlimited streaming of Swamp Thing, Doom Patrol, Teen Titans. You can have it all. And you know what that means. You're going to be You gonna be
Don't forget
watching.
Young Justice.
You get the Young Justice for life, man. Starfire, all of
Oh,
the
yeah.
greats. Caitlin, I don't even know what we were talking about. But hell yeah.
So
Swamp Thing
to
3.
answer your question, Chad's in the chat and he's saying
I
that
just saw that.
it was a separate actor, the same actor that plays Jason.
I
That's
tell you
pretty
what,
cool.
the emotion on in his eyes through all that prosthetics is absolutely amazing. I think that that's some of the best acting I've seen through these DC apps selections, even through the WB stuff or the CW stuff or whatever that all that is. You got Gotham, you got Krypton, all these shows that they're putting out there, and I think that the acting by the guy playing the Swamp Thing character is just incredible, to the point where my daughter came downstairs and I was watching the end of episode 2 because I wanted to rewatch all that action sequence going into episode 3. So I rewatched like the second half of episode 2 before I watched episode 3. And my 14-year-old sat down with me and she's like, man, that's kind of scary. And she's like, but why is he so sad? And I'm like, because he's Swamp Thing. It's supposed to be sad.
Man,
I think the fact that she watched it with me for 5 minutes and saw that this dude was not only ripping apart bad guys, but he was depressed about his situation at the same time. It was really, really well conveyed. Really,
she got that Swamp
put
Thing
together.
bug, man. Now she's got the Swamp Thing bug.
Yeah, it's true.
Man, I tell you, it reminds me, like Drew said, just that raw emotion of Swamp Thing through those moments. You know, the way he finds Abby dancing with the deputy, and all that in the bar. Then he's kind of looking, and then, because, he really loves her. She loves him, but, she kind of forgets because, hey, the deputy guy, nothing against the deputy. He's cool. I mean, I like that character. But
He's
yeah,
a bit thirsty.
Yeah, he's cool. I like him. I don't have no problem with that guy. But he's getting some Abby dancing. Yeah, that's what it's all about, right? And Alec Holland can't have that. And when you see his eyes, it's like, I haven't seen that emotion. I agree with Drew. I haven't seen that emotion since some Andy Serkis, Caesar, Planet of the Apes type stuff. Out of just character emotion that's not a human, but a Swamp Thing or an ape.
I think definitely him dealing with whether or not he actually has his humanity or if he's going full-blown monster, and him kind of coping back and forth between the two, definitely very emotional.
You know what, Cat Ran? Real quick, also Chad's in the chat. He's moderating the chat. He's laying the smacketh down on all you Swamp Thing fans out there. But we got to check the chat because that's where it's at. Carson wouldn't like me if I didn't check the chat. So we got 10 live viewers right now watching the chat tonight here live on the Comic Core Outside the Issues, episode 3, Swamp Thing Speaks. Chris Barrett, man, where's Bear Island? I've got a wrinkle I need to iron out with him. Ho, ho, ho. Keep the drama on your own show, player. This ain't the time for that kind of rhyme. TJ Slab Dragon Watson in the house, man. Great to see TJ. Man, TJ is for life. The most slabs I've ever seen, man. He's got the castle of slabs, the king of slabs, the slab dragon. Chris Barrett, the CBE, knows the place to be. It's the CORP. Yes. Sometimes you can't rhyme. Can't all be the best. Amen to Alex, the comic order for that one. I love my man Alex. Big shout out. TJ, Old Wolf 65 coming to us live all the way down from the Dead Man. Great character. That's his avatar. He's representing Dead Man tonight, people. Give him some love. Give him some shouts. John's Comics with Kids, man. What's going down, man? John's Comics with Kids is here live. Y'all know y'all love some John's Comics with Kids. He got 2 kids. They named after some Lost characters. Lost, a TV show, which was damn good. TJ. All right, I got to get caught up. Mastodon Comics and Collecting. Damn good. Good to see Mastodon. There's Bear Island, the BIC. Good to see him representing tonight in the chat. And, dude, the chat's moving so fast, man. Thomas Wayne, got to give love to Thomas Wayne, one of Cat Ren's favorites. Hey, Cat Ren, what do you got to say to Thomas Wayne tonight? He's one of your number 1 fans.
Hi, Thomas Wayne. Be sure to join one of the off airs on the Friday night stream.
Yep.
A
Yeah,
lot
we'll
of
hook-
craziness on the off the rails.
Thomas Wayne will hook you up like a little buttercup. You better call your son Bruce Wayne. He say you're going to be late because the party's going to be great. And when you stop by, you're going to know why. The Comic-Core's family, baby. All right, man. Caleb, good to see you, brother, tonight. Chris Barrett, Thomas Wayne. Oh, and a couple more real quick shout outs. Big love to Seawood19. Man, that dude, he's so good. He's so fine, man. I love that guy. He couldn't be here tonight. He's doing what, we do during the day, and he's doing it at night. But still coming at you live. Hey, real quick, Robert, the comic book G-Spot. Yeah. Baby Galvin, it's good to see you here in the chat tonight. And, man, like I say, Caleb, Comic Smurf Murphy, and Chad, 90 miles. Man, 90. Chad is 90. Had a great show about the Ninja Turtles. If you're a Ninja Turtle fan, check that out. On another note, a personal grail was certified by the CGC, a 9.4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #4. Who could ask for anything more? But, man, that's one of Houdat's personal grails. Congratulations. Houdat Comics, collecting in movies. One of the guys I look up to, and I think he's younger than me, but he's like one of those guys that really inspires people, to make some good choices. And I call it the hashtag TrueDat Houdat. That's what I'm talking about, because that's where it's at. But anyways, Cat Wren, we also have the Downright Nerdy podcast. What's going on, man? Got here late. I'll check out the replay. Love all you guys. Well, thanks for stopping by here tonight on the Seawood19 Chat Show Live. This chat has been brought to you by Seawoodard19, one of the finest dudes who always checks the chat because he knows that's where it's at. Cat Wren, back to you on Swamp Thing episode 2. Well, 3, sorry.
3.
And that's how you do the promos, people. If y'all are watching this on the rewind, that's how you do the promos, and that's how you get them, by watching the greats on the Comic-Core tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the continuation, we see a bit more of just like the monsters that are at play in this whole show. I mean, even like some of the human monsters. God, what is his name's Sullivan, right? The rich guy.
Oh,
Just
Al.
craziness.
What was that guy's name? He's really evil.
Yeah. I can't
Harvey
think of
Sutherland.
Sutherland. Sorry, Sutherland.
Donald Sutherland. No, Avery Sutherland.
Avery.
Donald.
Avery Sutherland. Just
Classic bad rich dude.
I love it, though. What a great bad guy.
I can't wait till one day I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be
Don't
the
mess
worst
with his
bad guy
money.
ever.
Don't
You
mess
always
with
gotta
the
have
bad
a
guy's
Lex
money.
Luthor, right? They always got to have a Lex Luthor.
I thought that was really good, man. I really liked how they played off the fact that the sheriff, who's deputy dog's mom, is apparently also the town whore. That's
Getting it on the side.
yeah. That's
Swampy.
that
While
adds
his
another
wife's
layer to thing.
upstairs.
Sleeping with her ghost friend. It reminds me
She
of that
never
little
comes
pink ghost.
downstairs after dinner.
That pink ghost in Saga. Can't remember her name because I haven't read Saga in a long time. But you know that little ghost babysitter or whatever with no legs that floats around.
Oh, geez, what is her name?
But that's Abby's friend that somehow Abby was involved with the death, or the mom blames Abby for the death of her
think it was
daughter,
an
and the daughter, yeah, and the daughter, is haunting the mom. I don't know. I think maybe Madame Xanadu maybe accidentally found something, probably just some rot, or I don't know, some evil in the swamp. I don't know what's going on, but
I think that
Pretty
the
weird.
evil in the swamp was there before anything really happened, and we're gonna deal with all the mutagen stuff, all the growth hormone, all the testosterone they're dropping in the swamp.
yeah, man.
That is exacerbating the situation. But I think that I can't remember the doctor's name now. The other scientist who came down there basically said that, hey, it's something that's specific to this place.
Mhm.
It's not, the mutagen is doing what it's doing, but it wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for this place. And I think that there's something darker going on, and I like that they're alluding to that. I like that we're getting these kind of flashes of Ghost Girl coming to do her thing. Woodrow, yes, that's Mastodon. Thank you for that.
The Mastodon.
I'm a big fan of what they're doing with it, man. And I tell you, this Madame Xanadu stuff, they're throwing the Blue Devil stuff in with there too. So
JL freaking D, baby.
there's
DC.
something else going on there, and I'm excited to figure out what it is. And these kind of seeds that they're planting really depressed me that they cut this season short, because it could have been so much more than it's gonna be, and you know that going into it. But I think if we just go along for the ride, I think we're gonna like what we find.
You know, I just love what I see right now. I love what I see. I love to see a man love DC. Drew, it's finally time to cross the line.
Hey, man, they do some good stuff every once in a while.
Catrin, what do you think about DC? I mean, damn, I love Swamp Thing episode 3. Man, I liked it all. Swamp Thing. What do you
just
think?
depresses me so much that it's canceled already, especially when they're talking about all the stuff that they were going to build up to, that they're going to, or that they were trying to do, that you can very clearly see all of the Justice League dark influences trickling in even this early. It's just like, I really wonder what we could have gotten out of a 4-season show.
I know what you mean.
I mean, the 4 Seasons is a little bit of a fancy hotel for Swamp Thing. He's going to get his swamp water all over the place.
Maybe at least 2 or 3.
You know what?
Let him stay the days in, not the 4 Seasons.
Katana, bring in some Constantine to class up.
Motel 8, baby. Give him
put
8
a couple
seasons.
magical air fresheners
They'll
on
leave
him.
the light
It'll
on
be
for
fine. It'll be fine. But maybe if enough people
Get him hooked up by Tom Bodette.
just share the love of Swamp Thing and how amazing it is, maybe it'll get picked up by something else. Maybe they'll continue it on the same way that Lucifer moved around.
Yeah, I think if it should stay where it is, and if they can figure out a way to uproot the budget a little bit, that I'd be okay with that. I think that as we move forward, we're going to see less and less CG. There was definitely a fair amount in this episode, but not nearly as much as there was in the first episode. The first episode with all the vines all over the place, I think that blew a lot of the budget. And I and everything has looked really good so far. And you can't say the same about, I think Doom Patrol for the most part looked really good. There were some issues with Cyborg, but I think for me that was more the actor that got to play him more than anything. But like Titans, they can throw whatever they want on that show because there's no budget on the effects at all. It's just when you look at the DC app's first attempt at telling a story in this world. You get Starfire looking as terrible as she did, and a green tiger instead of Beast Boy. But then you get Swamp Thing, and it's everything you want it to be. It's just it's sad they can't crunch the numbers on this and make it work. But you can tell how much love went into the show and how much work went into the show by seeing how much money went into the show. Caleb Comic Smurf Murphy says he loves Titans. Don't hate on Titans. It was entertaining. It was okay. It was okay. It was CW level for me. I just think that they spend too much time.
I'm addicted to that whole thing. I love Riverdale.
Sure, but you can look at CW shows and then look at Swamp Thing, and you can tell that there's definitely a difference.
Yeah, step up.
Right,
Like
and not only a step up, but the way that CW does a great job with what they do, which is they take a soap opera and they throw a little bit of superhero stuff in there, and they're like, and they bring the nerds in, but they keep their own crowd because it's more about Ollie loves whoever the hell he's loving this season.
Felicity Smoke. Felicity.
It could be Felicity, it could be Sarah, it could be Laurel, it could be any one of these hoes he been up in. But It's more about the relationship.
Any of these
But
hoes.
it's
Or,
more about the
Felicity. Go
relationship
Felicity.
than it is about him shooting bad guys with arrows. And it seems like this is definitely more like there are definitely those drama points sprinkled in there, and I think a lot more in this episode than the first two. But there is a lot of attention paid to the horror elements of the show, to the science fiction elements of the show, to all of the special effects in a way that they just don't do on the CW. It's a different kind of production. It's more adult, and it takes itself a little bit more seriously. And I think that, man, if we could have gotten some of these budgets on some other shows, like DC should have been screwing up earlier on their budgets, because if we got season 1 of Titans with a budget like this, we got one season of Starfire not looking like a street whore.
Oh my goodness!
Um,
I haven't watched the Teen Titans or Doom Patrol yet, so
Okay.
Doom Patrol is good.
You're missing out. Okay,
I'm
so
Alan's good on
Titans-
on the Doom
Titans
Patrol. Amazing.
is strongly worded cosplay. It's entertaining, yes, but definitely it feels like they ran out of money with a few
Are
of the
we talking about
characters.
Titans? Sorry.
Shush. And as far as Doom Patrol goes, Doom Patrol is also thoroughly entertaining. You can tell there's a lot more care in the way they handled a lot of the characters versus Titans. Clearly, it looks like they spent a bit more time. However, then you get into Swamp Thing. So Swamp Thing is basically a movie quality, each individual episode. Everything from the cinematography to the development of Swamp Thing, throughout, colors, everything. It's so different compared to everything else we've seen on DC Universe. That being said, the other two, thoroughly entertaining in their own rights for different reasons. I would definitely say, as a Teen Titans fan, Swamp Thing is the best thing I've seen on DC Universe thus far.
I agree. It's the best thing I've seen, and I've even went back and watched some of those 1970s old school Shazams that used to be on Saturday mornings. God, they're pretty good. But yeah, this one thing, of course, it's just like it's kind of masterpiece stuff. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like a little. God, it kind of reminds me of Dark Shadows actually, but just a high definition rated R version. Damn, it's just so good. I can't say enough about it. It's like, and you throw a little bit of that bow, you throw a little bit of that hope, Brady. That's right. From Days of Our Lives. And you get the tears in your eyes because you really connect with the characters and those guys. And when those characters unite, and sometimes they fight, but man, at the end, they always see the light, and to our delight, it really just entertains us. So it's pretty damn good from the DC Universe app. Y'all need to check it out because that's where it's at. Hashtag true dat, who dat. Man, what do you think? Drew Man? What do you think, Drew Manchu?
You know what? I actually really enjoyed Titans, and I don't want to seem like I'm just I'm down on it. I just think if you can't do a character right, you just shouldn't do it at all. I think that Starfire, much love to Cat Wren over there. I know you love Starfire, but
DC,
I think if they would have cut Starfire from the script of that show and put Donna Troy in there, it probably would have worked out a whole lot better. I think she really shined when she had a chance to be on there. And you save Starfire for a movie when you're willing to put some money behind the budget of making a flaming orange alien. Like, if you're not willing to spend the money to make a flaming orange alien, don't put a flaming orange alien in your script. That's just my theory on
I
that.
want to add on to that. Cat Wren, do you think this this Teen Titans, do you think this show is kind of like a CW show, but kind of rated R CW?
I think it's more than that.
I could see that, but I definitely feel like there was a bit more involved to it. And as far as Starfire, I'm gonna tell you right now how you fix Starfire. You've already casted a gorgeous woman I mean, what's her name? Anna Duop? Duop? She's
I think
gorgeous
that's it. She's
in her
beautiful.
own right. And then you went out of your way to make her look cheap, like a cheap streetwalker. I'm telling you right
Yeah.
now, change her
Spice it up.
costume. Even if you wanted to go like a more realistic clothing and less of a uniform, less of her, normal dress. If you wanted to just go something streamlined, say something like what
Leather it up.
Gabrielle Piccolo
leather.
did, or something like what Amanda Connor did for the character. I'm fine with that.
I
I'm
love
telling you
Amanda
right
Connor.
now, if you don't want to go straight orange, just do a light bronze on her skin to kind of bring out some warmer tones. And for God's sakes, take that hideous hairpiece off and give her an actual decent hairpiece. Because let's face it, that's not her real hair, thank God. And honestly, if anyone actually tried to sew that onto her head, smack them sideways, because it made her look like Raggedy Ann. It was not good.
Here's the
You
thing.
take a gorgeous woman, give her a decent hairpiece, give her some color contacts, give her a light bronzing on the skin, work up her powers a bit more, and I'm still fine with it.
And
I think
Kat
they went-
Wren, here's the thing, Kat Wren, it should have been you because you looked like Starfire at C2E2.
I'm too short.
You
I
would make
think
it
that they went too
Starfire.
far. Well, they went too far to be like, well, what does Starfire wear? Oh, she shows her midriff and she wears something purple and kind of sparkly. And then they were like, okay, well, how do we put her in that? Well,
They
let's
immediately thought
make a
she's
backstory where
very-
she's kind of like just randomly sleeping with mobsters, and that's what she would wear. It didn't make any sense. It didn't track, and it was just it just wasn't great.
Cheap origin story.
A lot
right,
of
Drew?
Oh God,
It was a
I just
lot
read
of,
something in the chat.
What did you read?
now I got to look at the chat.
Chris Barrett just said she was a
Aw.
tranny Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, poor Jimmy Olsen.
The CB, man.
See,
That's
if
how he
that's
rolls,
true,
baby.
if that's true, I need to rewatch the entire season over again, and I'll have
Just look
so
at it
much
with a
more
different-
appreciation.
Look at it with different eyes. I just,
kinda hope
there are
that's
so
true.
many things that they can do with this universe of characters, and some of them, work out really well, and some of them just don't. I think that Raven came off really great. I think that Swamp Thing is coming off really awesome. I think that everything about Doom Patrol is just fun, and in its own little way, they figure out a way to make it plausible. I'm excited to see what they do next with the next properties they have. But I see some talk about Lobo in the chat. Anybody who's watching Krypton knows that they screwed that pooch already.
Oh no, gone too soon. I haven't watched.
Yeah,
I want to
Pretty
watch
boy.
Krypton. Dang,
yeah.
Lobo.
I haven't
Pretty boy
watched it,
Lobo.
but I saw a highlight, and it is not impressive. It's just a dude
When
in
you-
white makeup.
When you kill, but didn't he look? Did he have a cigar or anything?
No, he's choking some Kryptonian dude.
Oh man,
He's kind of the pretty boy Lobo.
No,
I
it's
wanted that
not. He's just
motorcycle.
Kind of
He's
is
not
the way he's
like-
acting it though.
I didn't know. I didn't watch it. I just saw the clip, and it just looks like they're trying to do Lobo, and they found a guy that wasn't big enough.
Checking
But,
the chat real quick, man. How about this, Drew? We got some Perry comics in the house, man. It's great to see Perry. Thomas Wayne is still chilling with us tonight. He says he hadn't seen it yet, but he's ready for it. Caleb, Comic Smurf Murphy goes, damn, man, classic, man. Drew, I love me some Drew Manchu. He actually bought the shirt, the damn shirt that you can get with the Comic Core. So make sure you check that chat, and we'll put the link down below so you can order the shirts from the Comic Core. Look at View Hong, man. View Hong, man. Great to see you, View Hong. View Hong in the chat tonight, people. Everyone's in the chat to see their main host with the most, the queen of the machine, the Comic Core gal. She is our pal, Kat Wren Figures and Kat Wren Film and Cinema. Check her out. Kat Wren, tell us more about your thing for the Swamp Thing.
All right. So another thing that we got out of this was the infection, the whole sickness that we have going on as a part of the swamp. We find out that it's not necessarily it attacking these people, it's
Nicki Minaj.
combating them. Yeah,
Oh,
Nicki Minaj.
It's
Reference
Doom Rat,
to the episode.
Doom Rat Dirty Podcast shout out too. That's right. How about you, Drew Manchu?
I don't know where to take that.
Nicki
You don't
Minaj,
want you want to take it in the front. You don't want to take it in the back, baby.
actual quotes from the episode.
Yeah, I was a big fan of what they did with that. It was the way that he basically let them know that that the swamp is fighting the antibiotics, not fighting the people who are infected. It doesn't track all the way, because why would they present symptoms in the first place if it wasn't doing something to them? But I think that they were definitely making it worse by attacking the sentient swamp that lived within them. But I think we're going to see if this is the rot or if it's the green in one way or another. I think that they're going to really delve into that. One of my favorite things about this episode, and we didn't really touch on it too much, was definitely at the beginning, where we get to see Alec as a man inside of his head. We get to see him being attacked by the man that he killed as Swamp Thing. And they're both connected via whatever this thing is going on within them, whether it be the rot or the green. We really don't know exactly how they're going to approach it. But I thought that it did a lot to set things up in a way that they hope that they get a chance to pay off.
I think so too. However they're connected, like you said, where it's the rot, the green, or the Phantom Stranger machine, the Phantom Stranger train. You never know. In the spiritual subconscious mind of Alec Holland, you don't know what kind of time he's got left or how he's going to live with all this new swamp stuff that he's got going on, from being connected to that sub-central system, like Drew says, rot or green, whatever it is, man. But I want to give a shout out to our good friend Woodard, and we always sometimes dream about, wouldn't it be cool if the Red was somehow involved and we could finally see Buddy Baker, the Animal Man, get his love and fame in 4chan.
Honestly, I think Animal Man would be a great series for them to put together on this.
Some good Lemire writing, Drew, right? Lemire.
Well, because Animal Man is like, there's a lot of animals in there, but most of that you can do pretty low budget. Get actual animals or use CG sparingly. But Animal Man,
baby, take it.
Animal Man is a character-driven story, man. It's all about him and his family. I mean, at least the last one I read was there's a lot of personality going on in that story, and I think that's something that they could probably pull off that would really spin out of this really well. But you never know, man. You never know what we're gonna get next.
Cat Wren, how about you? Did you read Swamp Thing and Animal Man in the New 52?
A bit, yeah. Honestly, both would be pretty awesome. I'm telling you, if we got more of an extended universe tie-in, even with Swamp Thing, like, I understand the show is canceled, but let's say Swamp Thing starts to appear on other people's shows, or they make reference to what's going on in this crazy swamp on Doom Patrol or what have you, or even like the Titans are like, hey, we need to get some help, and then Robin's like, oh, I got this, we need to go to the swamp and get my buddy Alec,
I would love it. They get that guy John Constantine, and somehow like get him off the Legends of Tomorrow show. I mean, I like the time travel and stuff, but Constantine needs his own freaking show back, and then let's get this guy interjected more into all of this cool storyline that DC has going for him, but unfortunately gone too soon. The Warner suits, they just didn't read the fine print, and sometimes the deals get bent. Things don't go straight down the line, and that ain't too fine when you're dropping $9.99. I don't know how much, however much
Millions.
money they blew or had to pay.
Millions.
It sucks, because it's just like, damn, DC has some bad luck, when it comes to stuff, and it just is crummy because they have so much good story. They got so much, passion, I think, for their
History.
projects and history. Yeah. But it's just like the Warner Brothers, it holds them back, holds the division back with, bad tactics.
Legend, I can't disagree with you more about one of the things that you said. Most of it I agree with, but when you said John Constantine, man, Warner needs to stop trying Constantine. You know why? He's had 3 damn shows. He's been on Legends of Tomorrow. He had a Keanu Reeves movie. He was in Arrow. Here's the thing: is nobody has had more chances at being a successful property outside of comics than John Constantine, and nobody has failed more times than John Constantine. The character just doesn't work anymore.
But many
Take
people,
it back.
His animated movie was pretty good.
Yeah, the animated. Yeah,
His animated movie was pretty good.
When Constantine shows up in something, and I see him smoking a cigarette, standing there in a comic book. I'm like, okay, here comes the bullshit I don't care about. I might be alone on that, but John Constantine has had every chance to shine, and he just doesn't.
But all the people in the chat, like for Swamp Thing, that have Swamp Thing issue number 37 from Swamp Thing Volume 1 with Lean Ween and Bernie Wrightson, man, that stuff, that's John Constantine's first appearance. So if there ain't no John Constantine show, or ain't no John Constantine movie, or no comics about John Constantine, the price will drop. Sometimes it'll plummet down to despair, and then you go into your pockets and they're empty, and then you're gone too soon. But
Jared wants to know about Punisher movies. The Thomas Jane one was garbage, but Warzone was phenomenal. That movie's amazing.
The Thomas Jane one, though, had Kevin Nash in there a little bit.
That's the best part of it.
Big sexy. He had the blonde hair and some sailor looking outfit.
He was the Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll even say Dolph Lundgren Punisher. Good watch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the original. Yeah, me and my dad, we watched the old original. Well, golly, Cat Wren, what do you think? It's been, old man here, I'm getting kind of tired. What do you think? You think it's time you want to wind it on down?
Okay, so before we wind down, of course, announcements for the channel, as always. I wanted to start out by saying, once you get done here, please check out Tony Sanders' channel and check out The Grail. Really awesome channel, really fun show. I was a part of it. A lot of fun. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Really great guy. Highly suggest. Also, tomorrow is the Off the Rails show, the Friday Night A show, where we're going to be talking all sorts of craziness. Who knows? We might have some guests. We might not. We might all just be sitting around talking about Superman. Who knows? It's off the rails. It's craziness. We're going to have Carson, though. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I also, one shout out about my channel is we are going to have another Mary F. Kill on my channel live Saturday, and I have the special guest of Carson Seawood. He's going to be going up against me face to face in that live stream game of, let's be honest, is it Colossus or pass? But what about you, Drew? What do you have going on?
I've got absolutely nothing going on, man. Every time I want to post something, I end up not doing it, but I'm going to be around on Friday. And I keep getting these messages about Slab Down, so I'm waiting for that to happen. I got out of work tonight and I looked down at my phone. I was in a new chat on Instagram and I had like 45 messages. I was like, well, I'm not reading all this. I'll just ask somebody what this is all about.
That's right, man.
So keep your eyes
Ed
peeled for the
McMahon.
slab down.
Tony's being Ed McMahon. He's gonna come with that $50 million paycheck to your house.
To answer the question from the chat when they're asking what time, I believe it's going to be 8 or 9 Eastern Standard Time. I need to get back with Seawood to find out 100% what his schedule is, but I will get back to you, and I will make an announcement on my channel specifically when that's going to happen. Legend, what you got going on?
I'll tell you, on the Great Legend Show, you never know what you got in store. That's a cheap ass rhyme. I'm sorry I went cheap there, but no, I've got some good stuff going on. You know, like you say, tomorrow night, off the freaking rails. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be talking about some comics. I'm going to get caught up on Farmhand, so you want to stick around for that. I got to read issue 6, 7, 8, and 9 just in time to chat with it with the Seawood 19. So I'm excited about Friday night. Saturday night, you know, I don't know what I have going on. I wouldn't mind getting some WWE 2K19. And if we do, we can have our own PPV, because the main event would be on the 205 live stage. We got Drew Gulak versus Baron Corbin, the Great Legend versus C. Woodard 19, in a match that will define who will be staying and who will be going. And we won't see that wrestler again until 2K220. So we'll see what happens when Drew Gulak takes on Baron Corbin in an I Quit match for the ages. And that's going to be happening either Saturday night or Sunday night or whatever night Seawood 19 wants to step in the ring with the great one here. The Great Legend coming at you live. And, man, we are down with the slab down, aren't we, Drew Manchu? How about you?
Hey, man, I can't wait for the slab down. Everybody's going to feel the heat. I know those punks, those punk-ass bitches over on the Hunt, they never invite me. They never invite me. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Fear. Fear is what it is. It's fear. They're scared. They're scared absolutely shitless of me and what I bring to the table. Pound for pound, the best around. Everybody wants to steal their promos from the Great Legends. And I mean, not you, Great Legend, but the other great legends of the wrestling game. They want to know everybody's going to throw their macho mans at you, and their Hulk Hogan's and their YouTube is 90. Drink it in, man, drink it.
Oh yeah,
I got something you can drink, fellas, and it's me. The sweat from my brow as I work hard and bring victory to the Comic Corps in the hands of me, Drew Manchu, baby, Drew Manchu. I'm so good.
Well,
I'm not even have to try.
So,
I'm glad it was Sweat from the Brow instead of CB4's classic song, Sweat from the... Yeah, not that.
we have some Comic Core royalty that just popped into the chat.
Oh,
Seawood 19 himself.
Look,
There
if anybody
he is.
knows,
One of
if
the
anybody
best.
knows about the Hunt being scared, it's Seawood. My boy, he knows. He knows. He knows they don't want none. They don't want none. I don't know the rest of the words to that song, but they don't want none. They don't want none.
That's that good AJ Styles music. Well, Cat Wren, what else do you got to say? Is it time to take it out and time for us to go away?
All right, so before we close out, Carson did say 7 or 8 Eastern. I say I'm down for whatever. Yeah, 7 or 8 Eastern.
Now, will this be the pre-show? Is this going to be the pre-show for tomorrow night?
No, it's going to be Saturday.
All right, Saturday. So me and Carson, we're going to be getting in the ring on Sunday, pal.
I can't wait for that to happen.
I don't know the whole...
Can I be a special guest referee, Legend?
Yeah, Drew and Chad will be outside the ring to be lumberjacks, and they can interject at any time in the match for anyone they want.
But we don't know how the buttons work, so how's that
Corbin may actually get triple threaded. This may just become a 3-on-1 triple, like Corbin's dead match. It may be time to just kick Corbin's ass out of here. That's what's going to happen on Sunday. So y'all better come, and Chad, Drew, if y'all can make it too, man. we'd love to have you because it's going to be better and more fun if we're all on there, having fun.
You let me know what time, because if I'm not at work in IRL,
It'll probably be
definitely
after the
there.
pay-per-view. It'll probably be after the Battlegrounds pay-per-view. And right here, right now, hey fans, we have C. Woodard 19 Newsstand. What's going on?
Coming at you via satellite here. Basically, I don't have my camera up, but I heard Legend saying something about a retirement match, and I didn't have enough full space on my keyboard to keep typing, so I figured, why not just come on in this chat on this channel and formally challenge Corbin. Ugh, I can't even say his name without getting disgusted. That puke. This Sunday night. We got to do it Sunday night. We're going to, screw Stomping Grounds, man. We're the real Stomping Grounds. But, Gulak, after he wins that
Take
Cruiserweight
ass and
title
kick
in
names.
real life, he wants a piece of Corbin's candy ass in that ring one last time.
Corbin's ass
Get it.
will be there. He's going to be there, and he's going to be ready for anything. If Chad is on the outside or if Drew's on the outside and they're coming in to interject in the match, don't worry. Have no doubt about it. There's going to be 3 deep six. I'm talking.
Sucks.
That's the Satan number, by the way. You do 3 deep sixes. That's the damn mark of the beast.
Hey,
I mean,
That's a damn Team 18.
you may
He
not
may
be
need-
dead, but you're going to be fucked.
you may
You know what I'm
need
saying?
3
Oh,
deep
man.
sexes, but I only need 1 ghoul up or 1 ghoulplex or 1 ghoullock. So
Gulak, baby.
But then you know
Gulak.
what may happen after you get the Gulak? Corbin may roll out of the ring or put his foot on the ropes, and then it ain't no joke, because when you look around the bend, then it'll be the deep end. Or is
oh
it
my god.
whatever that move is? No, the end of days. I said the
Oh,
deep end.
I don't know what
Deep
happened.
end's a good one.
you don't want to know, Kat. You're better off just.
You guys remember
So
when this was Cat's
terrible.
show?
Just remember, Kat, the Baron Corbin action figure. Remember the Baron Corbin action figure.
I know it's got something to do with wrestling.
It's in my room right now.
So
I
lost.
love it. It's on my shelf in my room.
I mean,
by
it's
my bed.
Baron Corbin, so it's like wrestling adjacent. He can't really wrestle.
Yeah. But all
He's
I know
like-
is,
He's like New Nash.
why I got the floor here. I heard Drew talking as soon as I fired up my iPad here. I heard Drew talking about they don't want none. They, as in those jabronis, McSand and the Tone and all those jabronis over there. They're getting ready to have a 16-person tournament on their channel, and someone, maybe a great legend, was like, "Man, why don't you put that guy C. Wood in that tournament? He'd probably do pretty good." And they're like, "Oh no, he already has the YouTube championship. He is not able." They don't. What it is they don't want none. They gave me this championship, and at first I'm like, "Man, they know no one could compete with me, so they're just gonna give me a title." But
They
the
slapped you
truth
with that
is came out-
24/7 jobber title.
They gave me
They
a
gave you
jobber
the Brian-
title.
They gave
So
you the
now I
Brian
am
Blair
not
runaround.
eligible- No longer eligible to do their tournaments, their
Killer
heavyweight
bees.
championships, because they don't want none of me, Drew,
so
and
off the
Caleb.
rails.
But yeah, Swamp Thing was
Damn.
pretty good this week, by the way. Did you guys talk about Swamp Thing tonight?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. What did you
Awesome.
think about Swamp Thing episode
Dude,
3?
it is. I think we're gonna say this every week, but it sucks. It's already canceled. It was so good this week. We got introduced to
Gone
the
too soon.
Rot, so I love seeing the Rot in the show already. So that was awesome. I like seeing Abby and Matt Cable. They have that chemistry still. So I was kind of, I thought they're gonna forget about those two at first, but they're really going back to those two characters. You got to see Sunderland. He turns more evil every single week. Mr. Sunderland does.
Oh,
so,
Avery, yep.
yeah, Avery Sunderland.
Good to
I
speaking
like
of
that
Avery,
actor.
hey, C. Wood, good to see Comic Man Andy is in the chat, man. Good to see you,
Comic Man
Andy. And Jason Smith just showed up.
Oh yeah, I gotta say hi to Jason in the chat. Oh, it's tradition basically.
He's a
Jason.
really he really loves coming to the off airs and chatting with us and stuff. But sorry, Jason, gone too soon. I got to go watch Tony Sanders.
Yeah, everyone, when you're off this, be sure to watch some Tony Sanders. Really awesome stuff going on there. Carson, what do you got going on your channel?
Well, I've already put out 2 videos this last week. So I did my finale for my signature series. Had a lot of fun filming that. If you guys hadn't had a chance to check it out, I definitely recommend. I'm trying some editing gimmicks now, so it was a lot of fun to play with that. And I did a contest entry for our old pal Hudat Comics and Movies. He's still having his contest till I think somewhere in early July. So I did some editing on that video. If you guys want to check that out, give me some feedback, what you think about the direction I'm trying to take some of my videos. I'd greatly appreciate it. Other than that, I think we're going to dust off the old Tuesday night live stream this upcoming Tuesday to recap the month of June. So that we're due for a Tuesday night live stream. Other than that, I'm on here, Cat's channel, and all that stuff. So tomorrow we're going to do the A show, the Red Brand Comic Core. No gimmicks needed there, so that's going to be a fun time. Saturday night I'll be on Mary Kill Colossus, since we made Colossus a verb now. So I'm looking forward to that on Cat Ridden Figures. I think
Colossus.
Chad is scheduled to show up to give me my receipt / be a judge, so that'll be fun. And then, breaking news tonight. Well, on Sunday, we'll probably do that on Legends channel. We're going to have the retirement match between Drew Gulak and Baron Corbin. So hopefully I won't have to talk about old BC until WWE 2K20. So hopefully I can put him to bed. Other than that, if I don't win Gulak, he's taking a break, probably permanently, because when he's going to be in 2020, he's probably not going to be that good in 2020 anyway. So yeah, hopefully Gulak will have a run, but this might be his last match. So a lot of stuff coming up. I'm looking forward to it.
Corbin might be the Universal Champion.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
I hope so. It'd be so cool. I'd totally buy a little belt. I'd buy a little belt or buy a figure with a little red belt.
As if the ratings aren't tanking enough over there. They got to put the strap on Corbin. Come on. Bad enough he's in every mid-card feud ever existed.
I love
it's not
Corbin's
worth knowing,
working.
Cat. Don't worry about it.
I love Corbin's working punches. They kind of remind me like just a young Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. Those punches, those like working punches. The fake punches, but no, the working punches. Corbin
Corbin will get his due on Sunday. He'll get exactly what's coming to him.
Corbin would have been, if he would have just left his hair alone, he would have become the Hulk Hogan to Braun Strowman's Andre the Giant.
Oh my God.
They would have had the repeat that WrestleMania. It would have been WrestleMania 3 all over again. The Silver Dome, the big 93,000 plus. It would be Baron Corbin as Hogan versus Braun Strowman's Andre the Giant. Corbin would slam Braun and win the millions of fans love and admiration
in front of 93 people.
My friend, I will just tell you right now, I love and respect you, legend. But if you think Baron Corbin is on the level of any main eventer that has ever lived, you are higher than Giraffe Pussy, my friend. That is absolute nonsense.
Wait, this is the core. This is the core here. Buddy Baker, he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it.
Buddy Baker.
We love you, Animal Man. All right, Cat Rid, take us out.
All right, guys. That is it for this episode of Outside the Issues, Swamp Thing, episode 3. He spoke. Please do give us a like if you like this video. Comment below if you're watching us on the rewind and tell us what you thought about this most recent episode of Swamp Thing. Also, please do subscribe to Comic Core for more comic community goodness, especially, we've got some pretty awesome shows almost every single night here on the Core. So please do check out any of our amazing panels and guests going on there. Or, please do check out any of the older videos we have up for offer here on Comic Core because, all sorts of craziness. And we did do reviews of all the episodes of the last season of Game of Thrones previous to this and the first 2 episodes of Swamp Thing. So, yeah, that is it, guys. I'm your host, Caitlin, a.k.a. Catrin. Here is the Great One Legend, Carson C. Wood, who is off camera, and Drew Manchu.
Drew Manchu, baby.
And that's it, guys. We're out. Have a good